Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1446.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about consumer confidence continues to improve. And this is important because the economy is made up 70% by consumer spending, and that relies on consumers' confidence. So consumer confidence is measured monthly, and this month we got the November report, which showed that it was in the top range that it's been in over the past 2 years, according to Dana Peterson, chief economist at the Conference Board. Dana said November's increase was mainly driven by more positive consumer assessments of the present situation, particularly regarding the labor market. Compared to October, consumers were also substantially more optimistic about future job availability, which reached its highest level in almost 3 years. Meanwhile, consumers' expectations about future business conditions were unchanged, and they were slightly less positive about future income. So that's interesting because I've been hearing that the labor market has been weakening, so that's very interesting that consumers are feeling more positive about the labor market. There's also differences by age group, and November's gains were largely led by the under 35-year-old age group. Confidence among consumers aged 35 to 54 declined slightly after surging in October. When looking at people who anticipate a recession over the next 12 months, that number fell in November and was the lowest since the question first began to be asked in July of 2022. Consumers' assessments of their family's current financial situation fell slightly, but optimism for their finances over the next 6 months reached a new high. Consumers are even more optimistic about the stock market, with 56.4% of consumers expecting prices to increase in 2025, which is another record high for this measure. Only 21.3% expect stock prices will decline next year. And consumers expecting higher interest rates over the next 12 months declined to 43.6%. Those expecting lower rates next year increased to 34.6%. The highest since April of 2020. Well, if they listen to Be Wealthy and Smart, then they should know that interest rates are going to decline next year. The Fed has already told us they're going to take 2 cuts next year, after previously saying they would take 4 cuts next year, but I think it's going to turn out that they still take 4 cuts in interest rates next year. Meanwhile, 12-month inflation expectations declined from 5.3% last month to 4.9% in November, the lowest since March of 2020. Elevated prices remain top of mind about concerns and hopes for 2025, and consumers overwhelmingly selected high prices as their top concern and lower prices as their top wish for the new year. The same question found higher taxes, wars and conflict, and social unrest are other major, although less acute, concerns for consumers. Meanwhile, household finances completed the top of consumers' wish list for 2025, including being able to save more money, pay lower taxes, and pay off debt. When asked about plans to buy more durable goods or services over the next 6 months, consumers responded their preference was to purchase more goods. In addition, they expressed uncertainty about future purchases, and plans to buy most appliances and electronics were down. 21.2% of consumers said business conditions were good, which was down from 22% in October. 15.3% said business conditions were bad, which was down from 16.7% in October. When asked about the labor market, 33.4% said jobs were plentiful, down from 34.1% in October, and 15.2% said jobs were hard to get, down from 17.6% in October. Looking out in the next 6 months, consumers remained optimistic. 23.5% expected business conditions to improve, up from 21.1% in October, and 15.2% expected business conditions to worsen, up from 13%. When asked about their income prospects, 19% of consumers expected their income to increase, down from 19.5% in October, and 11.8% expected their incomes to decrease, unchanged from October. So again, the economy is mostly about consumer confidence. So the more confident that consumers feel, the more they'll spend in the future, and the more that will keep the economy going. When consumers worry about a potential recession, they stop spending, start saving more, and it tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the fact that consumers are feeling more optimistic is good news, and that they're more optimistic about future job availability is all good news for the economy. If you're thinking about your finances for next year and making some important decisions about who's going to be guiding you in those finances, consider joining the Be Wealthy and Smart VIP Experience, my personal investing insight group. Members of the VIP Experience join once and then have lifetime access to invest with me for years to come. It includes monthly live webinars with me with live Q&A for me to answer questions, an asset allocation model for your stock portfolio, so you know exactly what to invest in with symbols and what percentages to invest. And in addition, we offer a full crypto portfolio of cryptocurrencies to invest in, as well as private equity. So companies before they have an IPO or initial public offering. Buying them as a private business can often be a very lucrative investment if you're an accredited investor. We also have our own tech team. So we have individuals that can help you one-on-one to get you unstuck from any crypto situation you might find yourself in, whether that's setting up a wallet, transferring crypto, getting your first purchases made on exchanges, setting up limit orders. Our tech team is there to help you. We also have a private Facebook group where I interact many times a day with people and share articles, updates, market commentary, and interact with the greater VIP community. If this is something that is of interest to you, check out our limited time offer in the show notes below.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.